And then came the moment we've all been waiting for. The music played, and here came Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. He is a real American. Americans hate him as only Americans. This was the greatest thing I've ever seen. You would think in Los Angeles, maybe it's not like it's not New York or Philadelphia. It's a crowd of Hollywood hipsters. They want to see the stars. It's a night of nostalgia and also moving forward. It's Hulk Hogan. He was the WWF in the 80s. They wouldn't give a cripple crab a crutch, much less give Hulk Hogan a fucking break here. They booed him out of the building as he was trying to do the promo where he put the WWE and the fans over and talk about how great the fans are and how great tag team partners they've been for. They were hooting him out. I think, we were talking a little earlier about how, well, they really like Mick Foley as a human being, right? And they like The Rock as a star, but they're kind of in the middle with Cena. They like him as a star, but he's also a nice human being, whereas The Rock is just on Mount Olympus. But this was an example of, we don't care whether you've been a star or not as a person. We hate the fuck out of you. Has he just lied and bullshitted? And I mean, we know about the video. That was 10 years ago.
I think that's a big part of it. I think the video's the video's a major part of it. Again, it's in Los Angeles.
But he's been back and he's not been carried out of the building on their shoulders, but they haven't savaged him when he was there a couple of years ago making an appearance. This was like, fuck you, we're sick the fuck of you.
No, they booed him from the second he came out. You felt bad for Jimmy Hart because he's out there waving the American flag as best he can, and they're just booing. He mentioned Andre the Giant and Randy Savage. They booed everything.
They almost booed Andre's name, but they wouldn't even react to Randy Savage because Hogan is the one who said it. And there's poor Jimmy, the nicest guy in the building, is back there waving that flag, and he's 80. And he was moving better than fucking Hogan was.
It's not easy just to wave a flag for 2 minutes straight. That's incredible at an 80-year-old.
Hogan looked crippled and his arms are gone. Jimmy's 80 years old. He's waving that flag, and the poor guy, he has to get Hogan's residual boos, but not just the video and just the general heat he had before, but this seemed like fresh. We keep hearing you and we keep seeing you, and you're full of shit every time we do. And we don't want to hear no more of you. This is a new day. Stay out of our goddamn business.
I think the video is a big part of it. I think the fact that his reputation over the last decade has grown as being just a liar. The video where we talk about all of his lies, it's like 2 million people have watched that video.
Yeah.
And that's just our video. I mean, his reputation has grown. I do think for, especially Los Angeles, politically leaning, not to make this about politics, I think that's a big part of it too. There's not much appealing about Hulk Hogan as a person right now. And again, he's coming out there, he's crippled. I mean, I've never seen him look that bad. He couldn't have made it to the ring. Like, they had to do this right where he took only like 10 steps and came out and waved. And they're booing everything, his beer that no one wants, that's the other thing. Like, Ric Flair had woo energy. This is like that on a bigger scale. They're now going to be sponsored.
Plus, kids are not going to be allowed to drink it. But that's the thing, is that he announced that, and a great tag team partner is going to be the WWF or WWE and my real American beer, and they hooted the shit out of the beer. But doesn't Steve Austin have a beer?
Oh, he did have something. I mean, it's been a while ago. I hadn't even thought about that. He did have something, yeah.
But how the fuck?
Because they want to make money, so they're not going to spend a bunch of money advertising on WWE.
But I'm gobsmacked that of all of the people that they've ever had on their roster. Hulk Hogan was say your prayers, take your vitamins. He was the kids' hero in the 80s. He was the all-American guy. But if you think about drinking beer, you're thinking about Steve Austin. And how they missed that, I don't know. And why anybody would want to drink beer that Hulk Hogan, what does it turn you into a fucking liar?
You know,
how and
him and Flair are very similar at this stage right now. In terms of just anyone who comes along with some money, hey, we want to slap your name on this product. Sure, brother. Just as long as you pay me my million, whatever.
But it's just, and Hogan was never cool with the guys. I mean, guys liked Hogan, especially in the 80s and the NWO in the 90s, but was Hogan ever cool like Nature Boy Ric Flair, or cool like Hall and Nash, or a cool heel, or a cool anything? Or did he just hang around with the cool guys and he had more of a WWF ice cream bar reputation?
I think Hulk Hogan was cool up until around 86, 87, when all of a sudden he switched to yellow.
But was he cool to the adults?
I think he was cool up until that point. Then he became kind of a character of himself as things became more successful and they kind of went down a different road and made him more kid-friendly. This was his town. You know, it's important to note he was a big draw in LA.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's not like this is the middle of nowhere. This is a town that he was a major star in.
Well, he can draw a crowd now. They'll all have rocks in their hands to throw at him, but he can gather the folks.
This has to make you wonder if they're going to rethink him being on Saturday night's main event.
Well, they can't bring him back after that reception, can they?
I don't see how. Because there's not one... I can't think of a single legend that has ever been booed like that. I've never seen Hogan booed like that. Even when the NWO switch happened, that was in the middle of a heel turn, and he's doing a heel promo, and he calls the fans crap. That makes sense. They booed him from the second that music... Pat McAfee was yelling like Jesus returned. Oh my God! Ah! And he was the only one. Everyone else started booing immediately. And it kept up for the whole thing. Jimmy, it's just such a surreal sight.
He
Jimmy
got
Hart,
up to boo Netflix. He's out. Netflix is our greatest tag team partner. The fans booed that.
Netflix was in the building. They saw that. So if they ever thought about, hey, we should do a Hulk Hogan project, maybe not. He lost the fan. He's lost the fans completely. He has his fans, but in terms of...
They weren't there.
In terms of the wrestling fan base, would it even pop a number right now if Hulk Hogan was announced in advance as being there? I don't know.
I think you'd have more people on a picket line than you would in buying tickets to see the show.
You brought up Steve Austin. If Steve Austin was there, I think people would have reacted big.
Oh, they would have gone out of their minds.
It's a Hogan-specific thing. And again, like Flair, we started showing up at AEW TV, and it was not very good. All of a sudden, his energy drink was all over the room. We heard it was a multi-year thing. That ended quick. The Hogan beer. You know, again, this is not Coors Light or Michelob or anything you could think of that's a nationally recognized brand. It's an upstart with Hulk Hogan as the spokesperson or icon or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, let's see how long this lasts. This will be interesting.
Whew.
That was the word. I mean, I can't think of a more counterproductive appearance for someone trying to promote their own product.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I'm thinking if there is a new audience, they're going to be, why? We thought Hulk Hogan was a big hero. These people want to lynch him. What the fuck?
Should he come out as NWO Hogan at Saturday night's main event? Now he's a heel yelling at them to take advantage of this.
No, because that's the thing, is that these people made it clear, and if they speak for the rest of these high ticket price paying WWE fans, it was like, no, we do not want to see you. Boo, we do not like you. Go away from here. We are not going to pay to see you, nor do we want to look at you now. And that's, it wasn't even mixed, was it? Were the people who wanted to cheer him, were they just afraid to open their mouths? They might get shot?
See, that's the only thing. It started out and instantly with so many boos. I guess the only thing you can think of is that someone would be standing there wanting to cheer him like, I don't want to be seen as the only person in this section doing this. And that was bad. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day where Hogan was booed like that at a WWE event. I mean, they cheer everyone. That's crazy. But again, it's LA. But we'll see what happens going forward.
They're meaner in New York and Philly than they are in L.A. Come on.
Even like him doing the cupping of the ear just didn't look good. Like he couldn't move his shoulder like that, I guess. I don't know what. Just it wasn't working.
Well, but besides that, he didn't need to cup his ear. He could hear him booing the shit out of him to plain as day.
Can you imagine they start booing and he's cupping the ear and he's doing what did they say to him when he went in the back? Because there was no, all right, we have like 30 seconds before he gets back here. No, he was right there because he couldn't walk.
Yeah. Oh, well, it worked in rehearsal. But I don't see how, because he mentioned the names of popular people who then the crowd turned against. So I don't see how they can bring him back. What do they go out and say? Look, we got 3 or 4 guys who's really over as big stars, Hulk. Please don't mention their name. Please, just don't say anything about them.
Because he even did like Macho Man, oh yeah. And you just hear, boo!
Oh, fuck you. Keep his name out of your whore mouth.
And they went to like the wide shot so you just see people standing and yelling, boo. Oh, amazing.